What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video we are talking about basically it kind of follows along last week in the pin gap thing, but this week is about kind of quote-unquote staying in shape and being in shape, knowing your gear. Touch low. Good shot though. So I'm out here with my guy Dalton again. What up, Dalton?
How you doing?
And so yeah, like I was saying, today I'm gonna be doing kind of a follow-up to the pin gapping thing, and it's just about really being in tune with your gear, knowing like your body, making sure everything is in shape, your gear's in shape, your mental acuity's in shape, all that stuff. So one thing we're gonna do today is like a little drill. Is we're gonna take a little target, set it out in the range at a random distance, and then quick range it. Don't move your sight, draw and shoot, and just all you're going for is the kill shot. So that's going to be kind of today's drill and what we're going to be working on, just to kind of get ourselves in shape for hunting season, and when that time comes when it's time to shoot something. So yeah, we're just going to get to it and start shooting some and do a few drills and try to get better. Stay with us. All right, so we're set up here on our first target, and what we're gonna do is just kind of get yourself set like you would be when you're hunting. So your release is clipped on, your rangefinder's kind of ready to go, arrows on, all that stuff. And so I'm just gonna range real quick, just throw my rangefinder down and then draw and shoot without rolling my sight. And then I'm gonna get myself totally ready. So have it set where I would want to be when I'm hunting. So here we go. We'll run down there and see what we did. All right, so not a bad first one. Ranged it at basically 26. Kind of held like right in here. Just didn't have as much drop as I thought I would at 26 with my 20. So, but that's a kill shot right there. And if I called it, it'd have been upper 12. So good points. Dalton was going for the 14, missed just a little low, but not a bad first one. So we'll move the target and then shoot it again. So let's get to it. All right, so we're all set up here for round 2. Like I said before, you just kind of get yourself ready, get everything clipped on like you'd have it when you're hunting, walking around, stalking or whatever. So I'm gonna turn around here in just a second, range, throw it in my pouch, shoot. Bad, a little low, didn't hold quite high enough, but it's still a kill shot. So we'll run down there in just a second and take a look at it. All right, so like I said, just a touch low, didn't quite hold high enough with my 20. I probably should have held low with my 40 there, but that's definitely still a kill shot. Same for Dalton's arrow, my arrow. But yeah, we'll take those two. Pretty good. Change the target up again and shoot again. All right, so we got round 3 here. Just gonna load an arrow up. Get myself ready. Rangefinder's ready. Looks pretty good from here. Same with the last 2 rounds. We'll go down and take a look here in just a second. So, all right, so pretty good holdover right there. There's my arrow. That was like 32 yards, holding about right there with my 20. So I'll take that. Felt made a great shot, just didn't quite hold high enough. But anyway, we'll take that. We'll do one more round and wrap it up. All right, so round 4, which will be probably the last round of the day. Same thing as the last ones. Just gonna load up, get yourself ready, and then range, drop, shoot. All right, so I messed up on the first arrow, which was this one. I held low and I really should have just held middle, because this was my second arrow holding middle. So yeah, but that's all right. That's what we're here to learn from and do and figure out while we're at the range and not on a real animal. So I will take that at the range, and then I will take this shot at 40. All right, everybody, so we are gonna go ahead and just wrap up today's video. Kind of a nice, short and quick one. First off, I wanna say I apologize for any crazy noise you hear. I'm on my back porch, and there's another apartment complex across the street from us. So people are having a pool party. They're loud and crazy, but anyway. So just to kind of wrap things up for this week's video, kind of like I said when we were out shooting at the range, this week is about, are you in shape? Like, is your gear in shape? Is your body in shape? Is your mind in shape? So starting off with my gear, is your gear in shape? Is my gear in shape? What I mean by that is, you know, I know it's the middle of July, but are your strings in good shape right now? Do you need to put new strings on? Now's the time to do that. Get them put on, get them broke in, get them settled, depending on what kind of strings you get. Like if you get what I'm running here, these are the A3 Venom series with the bloodline fiber, and there really hasn't been any like settling issue, partly because of their stretching process, and also partly because they run a waxless bowstring. So there's no like spooging of wax when it's really hot like it is down here in Tampa, or anything like that. And so there's not a lot of change between temperatures, which is awesome. But depending on what you run, you might have to check that. If you run strings that have wax, make sure you're waxing them, making sure everything is in shape with your string, because this is, I mean, one of the most important pieces of your bow. If your string's crap, then your whole bow's crap. Going from there, is all of your mechanical stuff working good? Is your rest functioning properly? Are you getting fletching clearance? Are you getting fletching contact? Is everything on your sight good? Do you have your axes set yet? Your second and third axis, are they really dialed? Because out in the mountains, like, you know, axes are important, especially for angled shots. Especially for angled shots, because if your axis is off, your third axis for instance, and you've got a downhill shot and you've bubbled to what you think is level and your axis is off, you might miss by a lot. So is that stuff dialed in? Are all your arrows as good as they can be? Like, maybe you don't build your own arrows, and that's totally cool, but you know, check them. Are all your veins still on? Like, are all your nocks good? You don't have cracks on your nocks, anything like that? Like, now's the time to really start dialing in on that stuff and checking it and making sure that it is as good as it can be, so that you're not panicking when season comes around and you're like, oh my gosh, I got 3 days left. What am I gonna do? You know, now's a good time to start shooting broadheads, like making sure your broadheads are flying good. Your arrows, you're not having funky arrow flight. You know, do you need to is your string rotated over? Do you need to take it to the shop, press it, rotate it around, and get it back squared up? Just that's all kinds of things that really you need to make sure you're dialing in right now. And then, you know, furthering on from that, going away from your bow, like, is the rest of your hunting equipment, like, you know, say you're going on backpack trips, do you have the right backpack? Do you have, you know, are you stocking up on, do you have a stove? You have all that kind of stuff, sleep bag, all that stuff. Like, now's the time to test it, to make sure it's working good, to buy it if you don't have it, so that you're, like I said before, like, you're not rushing when you get to the end and panicking and then forget something. So, yes, do you know your gear? That's the first part. So moving on from gear, the second thing is your body in shape. Are you working on preparing your body, say, as much as you are working on preparing your gear? It's always better to be over-prepared than it is to be under-prepared. I don't remember who said it first, but I'm just regurgitating information that I've taken from people, and it's always held true. Is one thing I know is that it's so much better to say, we're talking about hunting specifically, it's so much better to have your training and your preparation be way harder than any of your hunt will ever be. If your preparation is way harder than your hunt, you are doing it right. Now, what that looks like for you, I don't know. For me, I do a combination of a lot of things. I do running, I would lift weights. Being down here in Florida where it's really flat, I don't have anywhere to like walk hills or anything. So once a week, I will take my backpack and I'll go to the gym and I'll get on the stair climber and, you know, throw some weight in my backpack. I might look crazy, but you got to do what you got to do with what you have. So yeah, are you preparing your body as much as you're preparing your equipment? And then the third thing, and maybe the most important thing, is, are you preparing yourself mentally? And I know a lot of mental preparation can come from physical preparation, because half the time doing anything physical, especially like running, it's a lot of mental work. It can be mentally very taxing, but that's honestly really good for you. And one last thing that I'll say about the mental side of things that I know has helped me a lot over the years, and I've kind of proven to myself that it is helpful, because there's been times where I ignored this, and a lot of things in my life suffered from it, including like my mental, like my mind and my mental game. And just to be honest, like, when I have not been diving into the Word and reading my Bible and being consistent and praying and seeking God and trusting that He has a grand plan for you, and just trusting that what He has planned out for you is what's best for you. Like, when I've not been seeking Him, my mind doesn't, I don't have the same mental edge and the mental toughness. And I know it kind of probably sounds crazy, but I'm telling you from experience that the more you push yourself to kind of dive into the Word and read and try to understand things that God says to us through the Bible, like, the more, I won't say the more blessed that I've been, because you can't say that. Nobody, like, anybody telling you that become a Christian and your life will just be a big blessing, like, this is just not, it's not true. You're like, bad things are going to happen no matter what, no matter how quote unquote like religious or anything you are, like, you're always going to have bad things happen to you. But I've been able to get through those things so much better when I am really deep and into the Word and trusting and praying to God. So just to wrap things up, now is the best time to start making sure that all of your gear's in shape, from your bow, your equipment, all of your clothing, all that stuff, you're making sure you're working out, getting your body in shape, it's not too late to start. Just do something every day. Doing something every day will help. And then mentally, you know, when you're working out and doing hard things, that can really help amp up your mental toughness. And then diving into your word and seeking God and praying and trusting Him will be a big benefit to your life. It will not solve all your problems, but you will be able to get through them a lot easier. So, with all that being said, some of it may not make sense. I don't know. I'm sorry if it doesn't. But with all that said, that's going to end to this week's video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please remember, if you do like it, to like and subscribe, drop a comment, let me know what you think, share it. Thanks everybody for watching. We will see you next week.